Everyone, raided Dash in Womble here. Wow. Hope everyone's had a good weekend. Hopefully all the Dashers and all the other gig workers did very well. Hopefully the Sunday went really well for you too. Wow, what? So I started about 5 o'clock last night, and it's probably one of my later days here. It's actually now 4:45 a.m. Monday morning. Wow, that was a long shift. I finished probably about an hour or so ago. Got home, done a few things, got the rubbish out for the dustman for, well, but it should be there. It should be here in about an hour. But anyway, but yeah, the shift just went on and on. Normally I would have finished probably about, I don't know, probably about between 11 or 12 or something. But it just went on and on. But anyway, when I got home, I started watching some YouTube videos. Saw a couple of dog ones. And then I just watched Zach. He's another Doordasher that does YouTube. Somewhat pissed me off to watch that one, but anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. And yeah, talking about being pissed off. We went to one of our local haunts last night to get some dinner before we started. Went over to IHOP in Lee Summit, and you know, not really a whole lot gets really under my skin where I'm actually going to say something to you. Most of the time I will let it pass, or I'll give you a comment, or stand there in front of you. But it took actually quite a lot for me to actually stay still last night. So we were sitting down there having something to eat, waiting for the food. Unfortunately, something I was not happy about with the food, and I did actually pipe up and ask for something else, which normally I'll just pass it by. And considering how often we go in there, but anyway, I got something else. So I wasn't pissed off about that. Honestly, I was not pissed off about that. And our waitress was real good in that. We've seen her several times, not as many as the others that are in there. But it's a bit chilly out. Got to put some heating on there. And but they got this new manager in there who's learning. It seems like this IHOP is a one of the ones where people go get trained in it, because the people that actually really work at this restaurant are real nice in it, real good at their job and that. Some are better than others. Some are a little bit more than. I think that the manager that was there last night probably would have. Well, the manager that was there last night, I don't think should have had a bit more gumption about it. So, like I said, they've got people that go there to train, and they got this one bloke that they've had recently starting there. I won't say his name, but if he watches this video, he'd understand it. But
drive to
you know, it's not a very big restaurant, And when things get on top of you, I suppose you know, you can vent as much as you like. Unfortunately, most of the people will hear you in that place, and I noticed this with someone else about a week or so ago when we were in there with another person. I don't know if they're day shift or what, but with any luck, don't ever see that idiot again. But no, this bloke, I guess he'd been to another restaurant, been working, he's training to be a manager, and he was just trying to give it all that he you know, he's the bee's knees and whatever else, and he'll stand up to, he was getting pissed off with a customer and whatever else. Now, bearing in mind, everyone in the bloody restaurant can hear this flipping dipstick. So it's not sounding too flipping good within there. You know, I've been in the car trade and that all my life, engineering and that, and been doing cab driving and all sorts. I've seen so much shit and flipping certainly heard a lot of it. So in a different environment, that would be somewhat okay. What I didn't like about it, what really flipping got up my nose, and there's a lot of older people go in this place, but my wife said that there was an older couple that were sat somewhere behind me. I couldn't see them, I didn't look around, and she said they were obviously flipping disturbed by it, and looked like they were considering on walking out. There's a lot of people that go in there every day, near enough every day in this place. We're going there a lot, heck of a lot, several times a week. And then there was this couple that I could see, and they were obviously they were a little bit younger, I suppose, maybe 50s or something. Maybe a little bit less than that, probably a bit less than that, but I ain't all that great on age. And then, and I don't know who was on the other side. It's either one half of the restaurant, I don't know who was on the other side. And then behind us, there was a group of people. And they were, you know, maybe it was six or seven, or maybe a bit more, I don't know. And they had kids with them. And they must have all been talking or not been quite listening, or maybe they were listening. But then all of a sudden, flipping big mouth, flipping manager boy starts swearing. And for me, that was about it. And when I worked at the garage where last car dealership, I pulled up two young fellas for flipping that. Do not ever swear in front of kids. Kids may well hear it at home, but it ain't for you to flipping be in there and pipe in with it. And like I said, it took a heck of a lot from me not to get up then. And when I did get up, he was in the kitchen, so I couldn't flipping drag him out of there and flipping give him some ear-roll about it, because I bloody well would. And there's no telling now that I still won't. I won't go back, because I mean I'll be back there. I ain't no bother about that. But also the manager lady that works there, she should have flipping said something. I know damn well one of the other managers would have done it. She should have flipping pulled him up on that, because that's not good for flipping in the restaurant, and it's definitely not good to have it for customers of the older generation, even though they probably heard it before, but they don't need to be bloody well hearing it when they're sitting down there eating. And the kids that were sat down there definitely do not need to be hearing it. So I mean, if they hear it at home or wherever else, I mean, that's how it happens. But even though they shouldn't. But anyway, and maybe I'm just old school and I don't like that. I mean, but in England, you know, where I grew up, it wasn't all flipping. I mean, we curse a lot and don't really think a lot about it. But well, that was the generation I grew up in. But I just don't appreciate that. And I do hope that. And I had to ask our waitress again. I said to her, "Who's the manager tonight?" And I thought she was going to say that bloke, but anyway, she told me who it was, and I went, "Nah." I said, "The noisy little one with the black shirt on." And she looked at me and went, "Oh." So she had to go find out, because she said, "Oh, he's new." I don't think he's going to last too long, if that's his attitude. So hopefully that'll be the end of that, when it can, because I won't stand it. I won't gonna sit there and we've been listening to it again, that's for sure. Anyhow, I didn't actually get a job over there last night or today, but yeah. So anyhow, so the Doordashing. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember where I first went, to be fair. Started about 5 o'clock-ish. Got out of there. Tried not to let it piss me off for the rest of the night, even though, yeah, it was at the back of my mind. But anyway, but no, you know, it was a fairly busy, not real busy. I mean, we were short of a few restaurants, and you know, some weren't open on a Sunday. You didn't have crumble cookies. Forgot all about that one. Not that we go there a lot, but anyway. Chick-fil-A, of course, is shut on a Sunday, and the Mint as well. Not that I go to Chick-fil-A a lot either, but do try to avoid. Only because it's a pain in the rear end to try and get in and out their car park. But no, and then we were, unfortunately, we've been the Mint closes on a Sunday, which is always a pretty good place to go. But no, it was busy. I mean, we had a couple of catering orders as well come through. As I say, I can't remember which bloody one was the first one that I went to, but it may have been the Mai Tai, and I think it was a stacked order too. Might have been the Mai Tai, the Thai restaurant, and then off to the Mexican restaurant, Carmen's. And that was a funny one. I got to the got to Carmen's, and well, first of all, I go to Mai Tai, and there was no one at the front there. I think it might have been short-staffed, I'm not sure. But anyway, I went in there, and there was this big bag on the counter there, and I went to look at that, and I'm trying to figure it out, but the printing on the bloody thing was, on the ticket on it, was a bit light. So I know how to take a bloody picture and then look at it. Whew, blimey, didn't think my eyes were that bad. Christ. Anyway, and then I hear someone shout something, and it was a rather unhappy barmaid. Anyway, so ended up waiting a few minutes, so someone come wandering through, and very quickly kind of went in a circle and around, went around the front of me, and I said, "I'm here for them." Okay, not ready yet. Gone. Anyhow, they're normally pretty good. So anyhow, I sat down there quite happily, and I got the food from there after about 5 minutes or so, and went on to Carmen's. Go into Carmen's, and parks up and gets in there, and their walkway is like one person go through at a time type thing. Anyway, held the door open. Someone was coming out with some food, maybe another dasher, I'm not sure. I don't know if everyone thinks this, but any time I see anyone in a restaurant waiting on food, I always think they're another dasher or gig driver of some flipping platform or another. Don't know. Anyway, and then as soon as I walked through the door, or as I was going through the door, this bloke came up to me and I said, that wouldn't happen to be whoever I was there for. And he went, yep, there you go. Oh, fucking hell, I was in and out of there within 5 minutes. That don't often happen, I'll tell you. But anyway, so that was all right. Then went off and delivered those. I think they went down to Greenwood or somewhere like that. But yeah, it was pretty much going all night. Didn't get anything. I had Grubhub on, but bloody hell, I had Grubhub on, but for crying out loud, this damn thing. Let's just turn that bloody thing off, hopefully. Bloody hell, Garmin, will you flipping sort out your equipment? So like I said, yeah, the Grubhub I didn't really get a whole lot from. There was maybe a few offers came through that I was either already doing something or they weren't worth it, or they were in a different area. I can't really remember, to be fair. I think I was just looking through the pictures what I took last night, and there's some from Grubhub in there. So there must have been some stupid offers come through. I try not to even bother with taking pictures of the stupid offers, but some of them are actually bloody ridiculous. But yeah, it was, so as I said, I mean, I had a couple of Uber Eats. Actually, I did all right on Uber too. Uber Eats, maybe 3 or 4 jobs. 4, maybe more. And that were paying well. And had one lady that I'd gone to, a young lady that we'd gone to later on in the evening, and that was a Uber Eats job. And what did she say? It's on my profile. It comes up as Raymond. Oof. Raymond's normally when I've been bad. Even worse is when my second name comes into it. My middle name. Oh, I'm really in shit. But anyway, so as soon as I get up there, she goes, oh, hello, Raymond. I went, well, actually, I said, it's better off if you call me Ray, because otherwise I think I've been bad. And she looked at me and went, okay, and started laughing. Anyway, so she was real nice and happy that she got her food and thanked me for that, and off she went. A lot of leave at the doors as well. But anyway, I mean, I was scheduled on, but I just carried on through. Did one. Oh yeah, Doordash had this thing, and didn't realise how close I was to it. And if you got 25 deliveries before the 26th of March, you could get 10% off your petrol for 2 weeks. 10% cash back, excuse me. At the moment, we get 2% cash back. And last year, when the petrol was up in price, they were doing 10% cash back. For months, several months they did it for, and it was bloody good, because the cash back using the Doordash card goes into a separate account, so you choose whenever you want to put it into your main account and use it. Other than that, it just sits in there, so I just let it sit. So that was pretty darn good when I looked at that, because I do spend a lot of money on petrol, a lot. And also, talking about bloody petrol, who the hell goes to BP anymore? I got an account with BP, and so the one in Lee's Summit on Douglas there, go in there, and recently for several weeks they've had their pumps out, and it's been a nightmare. So I stopped going there for a while. I ended up going to not Quick Trip, the other one, Phillips 66. Got an account with him too, So I go in there, and although I had problems with air pump too, oddly enough. But anyway, it was alright in the beginning on there, but the air pump all of a sudden has problems with not doing it through the app for some reason. Don't know why. My wife suggested that maybe there was something wrong with my card. I said, no, I mean, that was what I was using before, I thought. Anyway, anyhow, so I go to the BP a few days ago for the first time in a while. It's like, bloody hell, this petrol pump is not taking a long time, isn't it? Like, oh my gosh. So what did they do to the bloody system? The petrol pump is bloody, what are they doing? Shipping it in from England or what? Bloody hell, it's taking its time. Anyhow, I just thought it was air pumps. Tonight I find myself in Blue Springs and I need to get some fuel. Every petrol station that I'd gone through on Upside and was looking for the cash back on that, it was they were closed. I mean, the petrol pumps, like, they had the digital displays on the touch screens and that, but you can't see worth of anything because all the bloody lights are out under the awnings. Like, so I don't know if they were open or not, to be fair. But even if I'd gone over them, what am I supposed to do? Shine the headlights of the car on it? I can't. Bloody thing's parked next to it. I mean, I can't see any damn thing. And that was that was Phillips 66, I think. And then the Conocos were the same. Maybe that was a Conoco. Couple of them. Anyway, ended up going to BP in Blue Springs. So I go there. Everything all works on the app, great, brilliant. I think the last few times I've tried to get petrol from there, it ain't worked too well. Well, it hasn't worked. So, again, that one's so slow. I said, sod this, it's getting a bit chilly outside, I'll just get in the van and wait. I go, oh, come on, we're up to $5 now. Bloody hell. Finally, I went, $20, that's enough. I've had enough of this. This is taking far too long. I'm glad I weren't popping in here on a job waiting to just put in some. I normally have a full tank, but hell. But no, last night was pretty busy, and it got to maybe about midnight. Yeah, midnight. It gone past midnight. Actually, I was still in Lee Summit delivering Taco Bell. Got a few of those, and think, it was about 1 o'clock. I think I was still in there because it was just, they was all finishing up, and it was probably about 1:15 when I said, sod it, I'll just work my way home. Got over to Woods Chapel and had a pit stop there, and then just see what it's like in others, because I'll just see what other districts are like, and ended up in Blue Springs, and didn't realise that the McDonald's over there is open 24 hours. I think there's 2 of them that are open 24 hours. Then some Mexican place flipping pops up. I mean, we've been there once before, and it's like, damn, they're open late, aren't they? So anyway, I looked them up online. 24 hours? Oh my gosh. I thought it was like a little family place. Wow. But anyway, actually a job came in for there. I only had to go 4.5 miles. But, because we were near enough there. And, actually delivered to a very nice person. Nice person actually. Nice customer. I didn't actually get to meet them. Met their son, who apparently understood that I was English, and conversed a little bit on the texting through the app. So I guess they don't get a lot of British Doordashers. But especially at 3 o'clock in the morning, or no, 2 o'clock in the morning, then I think it was. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I finally finished, oh gosh, about 4 o'clock, I think. Finally finished about 4 o'clock. McDonald's got busy. I was quite surprised how busy we was with McDonald's. And then I think we had to go back to Pancho's. I think it's Pancho's. I should bloody know it. I went there a couple of times, didn't I? But yeah, I had to do that. Oh. And then delivering to one house that was totally flipping dark. I mean, dark. Like I felt I was going down a bloody rabbit hole. Anyway, then as I walk away, they put the bloody lights on. Don't help me then. But anyway, deliver that. I think that was a McDonald's, wasn't it? Anyway, deliver that one. But anyway, it was a busy and a very long shift. So, going back to Zach's Vipian video that I watched prior to doing this one, Zach was on about how he'd done a video a few weeks ago that he'd researched, which I haven't seen actually, but he researched for weeks, and gets comments from some pissed off customers. I don't know what the video was. I'll have to go back and look at it, I suppose. But anyway, it was it's stupid people actually. It's the customers that were coming back to him, supposed customers, were saying stupid things like, "We'll get a real job." What in the fuck do you think DoorDashing is? I mean, are you kidding me? I've been out bloody been like nearly 12 hours, 11 hours doing this. I've worked at companies before. I've worked Vipian for a lot of Vipian. Several companies over the years. I used to my first Vipian full-time job was as a mechanic. I would ride my bicycle to work every day, to and from work every day, 8 miles one way. When I got home, I was going to Vipian college too. When I got home, I would ride 15 miles to Vipian college. Yeah, great. 3 years I did that. That's probably why I was a lot slimmer. But anyway. And I had my own business. And there brings up another point. What do these Vipian dipsticks think about people that have their own businesses? In a sense, that's what Vipian Doordash is. You are your own Vipian business. You're self-employed. You have to do everything for yourself. You don't have Vipian anyone in accounting, Vipian bringing out your wages and sorting out your stuff. That's on you. You do that, right? If car needs to go in for a repair, you sort that out. If there's any paperwork to be made, you sort that out too. Anything involved in doing the business, you do. And top it all, you have to do the bloody work too. Like delivering food to dipsticks who Vipian think that it's not a real bloody job. I've only ever had one person say that in front of me. But they didn't say it to me because they didn't have the Bolex to do it. They said it to their friend that was next to them. And anyhow, that didn't work well for them. But it's what's that? Apparently I left Uber Eats on. Whoops. And it's now trying to give me a job. Anyway, it's like 5:15 in the bloody morning. So then there's another thing. I decided to do bloody YouTube channels to tell everybody what fun it is to do all this stuff. Actually, it is. I mean, I don't mind we've been doing all this. I've been a cab driver back home. Done cab driving for many, many years. If someone had told me back then that to go get a real job, I probably would have knocked their teeth down the back of their throat. But, yeah, I probably would have done. But anyway, and then from that, I decided to go do chauffeuring too. So, and I started my own chauffeur company. So I would work at night doing the cab driving, and while I was still doing the build up of the chauffeuring, I bought a new vehicle for that. So I was paying working chauffeuring, working the cabin at night, doing the chauffeuring during the day as I was building it up. So I was putting money into it, and paying for the bloody car as well with the cab driving. And I was still doing a bit of cab driving even when the chauffeur business got better rather, grew. Bloody hell, it's been a long night. But so that brings another thought. I mean, do these people that seem to think that it's not a real job to do Doordash, do they think that about everybody that's got their own business? Some people do this part-time. For the most part, this is part-time for me. But I've become accustomed of knowing when I want to be out, when to be out. I know which restaurants work better than others. I know which restaurants I really don't want to go to. And I know which part of towns I don't want to go to. And it's all a learning curve. So these fools that turn around and say that if you can get a real job, they're generally people that haven't got the balls to basically turn around to their bosses and say, sod it, I'm going to go and work for myself. You don't necessarily have to be able to be strong at doing that. What you have to do is make sure you're strong-willed and make sure that you actually do something when you walk away from your job. You know, have to know what you actually really want to do, and have the motivation to be out here every day to do it. Not necessarily this. I mean, you could be home doing online support or something, working for yourself. You could be there doing your bloody eBay stuff, selling stuff on eBay, but you're still working for yourself. Do you consider that not a real job? Do you consider people that are on there doing at-home support that are not on a W-2, but they are working as a gig? It's gig work. People that build websites and do website stuff from home. I mean, what in the hell do these people think when they say something? No, I doubt they think a whole lot, because obviously they're bloody idiots. But anyway, so now I can understand why he's peeved off about that, and I would be too. But no, it's you just need motivation. If you're going to do this, you just need the motivation to get your ass out there to do it. But yeah, so there's a whole lot in this flipping video today. Flipping half an hour, 35 minutes I've been doing this one. But no, for the most part, doing Doordashing, etc. And from when I was back home doing the cab driving and the chauffeuring and that. Met a whole lot of flipping great people along the way. Met some bloody absolute idiots. When I've done the chauffeuring and the flipping cab driving, I pick up with the BBC and such. Pick up some famous people and some not so famous people. And there's been some famous people that have been absolute bloody idiots too. But just because they got fame doesn't mean that they got any flipping brains to go with it. But it's just luck on their part. Bloody hell, getting stiff sitting in there. But no, it's you just need motivation if you're going to do this. Get out and flipping do it. Don't take a whole lot to flipping get yourself together and doing Doordash. If that's what you want to do, just got to have yourself a car and motivation to get your ass out there to do it every day. I will say that if it's P&R with rain, probably I'm hoping not to at night. I'm not too motivated to go out. But just because I don't really like driving in the rain at night. Just the reflection on the roads and that driving cracks. And coupled with the fact that you got potholes to avoid, makes it bloody difficult when you got reflections on the road and you're trying to figure out which bloody lane you're in because the bloody idiot road company haven't bothered to repaint the roads or clean them. And but yeah, but other than that, I mean, I don't care about the weather so much. I'll go out and in the rain. Bloody it rained in England so often I got used to it. The rain don't bother me at all. Lightning, however, that I don't want to play at dodging. Anyway, think of about wore myself out doing this, so, and I've got to be up for the gas bloke today, so I doubt I'm going to be getting any sleep today. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, so give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, I can't help it. And if you're a customer that didn't, or if you're someone that didn't like it or didn't like some of the rude comments maybe, then you know, bollocks. It's I don't care to hear from you, because I just ain't going to engage in all of that. If you don't like it, don't enjoy, don't subscribe. And anyway, talking about subscribing, it is free to subscribe, of course. You get to see my flipping jolly face, flipping babbling all day, all night, several times a week. If you enjoy watching the videos, you can just tune in all the time. I try to do it once a day, just do a roundup. Sometimes I talk longer than others, sorry about that. But if you've learned anything, then great. If you haven't, and it's just sending you to sleep, well, at least I've done something right. But I've helped you somehow. And click the bell icon too, that's somewhere down here. And click that, and that'll warn you when the new videos come out. And if you've got any questions about been Doordashing or Uber Eating or whatever, or if you've got Doordash, if you've got questions about England, etc. I originally from London, Wimbledon, where I played that tennis game. Anyway, and we even have a football team. It was actually not too far away from where they filmed Ted Lasso. I'm very familiar where they filmed all of Ted Lasso. Anyway, if you've got any questions, whatever, just put them below, and I'll try to answer them. If I don't know the answer, then I'll figure out something, and maybe someone else will know the answer. But I'm not going to tell you anything that I don't know for sure. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully you have a great day. Cheers. Ta-da.